Happy Halloween Eve. It's October 30th, 2021. It's Saturday. It's a bad video feed already. My angry face. I am angry for a reason. I'm angry for a reason. Because I already just taped this. I taped it already. And then I had audio issues. There's an echo. So here I am. And it just did it again. What's it doing? All right, that we can't have happen. We can't have that. That's why I have, if you see me looking over here, it kind of looks like I'm looking at the screen. What's there? I'm actually looking at my monitor to see what's on the screen, which includes the camera feed, which I can't see here on the laptop. If you see me looking here, I'm looking at the laptop. That's where I got to read some stuff. If I look there, I'm looking directly into the camera. And if I'm looking directly at the camera, there could be a teleprompter, but I still don't have that working. So look over here. Yes, this is my costume. Scaring little kids, not only on Halloween Eve and Halloween, but on a daily basis with this costume right here. Yeah. All right. So I did waste 25 minutes of my life taping this already. And if you hadn't been watching it live, it was brilliant. It really was. It was like 25 minutes of sheer brilliance. Too bad that's gone forever, without any evidence that it was brilliant. Well, you know, lightning doesn't strike twice in the same place. So unfortunately, gonna let you down a little bit. I don't think you're gonna see much brilliance coming out of this one. However, you will get to see and hear about some local athletes and some of the things they have accomplished on fields. I slouch. So here's what happens. If you see my chin start to disappear, it's not the camera tilting down. It's me slouching in the chair. So if you see this, I have caught myself slouching. Oh, man. Running all sorts of errands this morning with my beautiful wife, Dawn, and we stopped for lunch. I'm going to talk about where we stop for lunch because it's where I hang out on Fridays as well. To be there twice in 1 week, to eat, joy and bliss for sure. Oh, sure. Now I'm getting viewers. When the brilliant one that I recorded was earlier, no one was watching. Now there are a couple people watching. Sorry about that. All right, let's get into it. This is the face of Carly Venables from Laurel High School. And she was named an Athlete of the Week down there for Laurel because of her recent performances for the field hockey team. She scored 5 goals against Delmarva Christian last Friday on October 22nd, and then 3 days later, 4 goals against Christiana High School. She also had a couple assists. Her coach was going to get them to me when she has them officially recorded. Congratulations to her, Carly Venables. A lot of good field hockey players. This state happens to be a hotbed for field hockey players. I've mentioned that before. It's not a hotbed for like football players and soccer players and all that. It is a hotbed for field hockey. And if you didn't hear me say this yesterday, I had this weird dream the other day that the Delmar Wildcats field hockey team was running wild all over whatever team I was on. I'm not even sure if I was on a team or not. We were playing field hockey, and the Delmar Wildcats were just beating me senseless with sticks and everything else and scoring lots of goals. And then I woke up that morning, and they had just beaten Padua 10-0. They are scary good. down there. They really are. As are pretty much all those teams, and that would include Laurel. Wilmington Friends tied St. Andrews on the soccer pitch recently 1-1, and when they did so, they clinched their 4th consecutive Disc Conference Championship. It's kind of redundant to say Disc Conference. It's the Delaware Independent School Conference Championship. There's a shot right there of Andrew Rossi submitted from the game, taking a free kick. Let's get a closer look at that so we can see him, number 3. Kicking the ball in the game. They're 10-1-2 with 2 games left in the season. So you can have your school mentioned, more of your players. Just send me information. There's stuff I can find, and then stuff needs to be sent to me. And I appreciate the submission of material so much so. It's less than I have to do, so I am happy to talk about it. One other field hockey game of note from yesterday was Sussex Academy winning 7-0 over St. George's Tech. Madison Leaper and Callie Short each had 2 goals and 2 assists in the win for the Seahawks. And we mentioned this score the other day from Thursday. Dover beat Delmarva Christian 12-0, and want to find the stats there. And the reason is because we have a high-scoring game like that. Did one person have a spectacular game like Aishel Malazarte from MOT Charter, who we interviewed yesterday, when she scored 7 goals in a game, the most ever in a game in the National Federation of High School Sports sanctioned game this century, 7 goals. So we found out that in this game, Elena Gigliotti, sorry if I'm not pronouncing that right, she had 3 goals. Jules Goldman had 2 goals and an assist, and Jocelyn Kane also had 2 goals. Concord beats Mount Pleasant 6-0. 6 different players scored goals in this game. So there's a lot of Thursday football scores. Of course, last night being Friday night lights, lots of football, high school football, a lot of fun. And some of these are mixed in here. Smyrna beat Sally's 28-7, and Wayne Knight had 3 touchdowns, including a 90-yard reception for a touchdown. Cameron Edge threw 2 touchdowns for the Eagles. That means Smyrna's now 6-2, and Sally's is 5-2. They're both in Class 3A in different divisions. Normally, this time of year, this game would be very, very important for playoffs. Like, who's going to make the playoffs if we win this game? Anybody going to win a playoff spot? It's going to be important. But everybody makes the playoffs in Class 3A. So that does take some of the excitement out of the game. There's nothing on the line except pride, and pride's important and all, but do you work extra hard getting up for the game against your Class 3A rival? If you need to win the game to make the playoffs, you certainly do, but they already they woke up like, it doesn't matter who wins. We're going to the playoffs anyway, so, who cares? 27 teams make the playoffs, all 11 in Class 3A. On Thursday, Daniel McConomy rushed for 4 touchdowns, and Ryan Von Brandt ran for 2 and passed for 1 as the Jaguars of Appoquinimink beat Cape Henlopen 55-27. For Cape, Henry D'Ambrogi rushed for 1 touchdown and threw for 2. Quasim Benson scored 4 more touchdowns for St. Elizabeth's as the Vikings beat the Charter School of Wilmington 42-7. That gives him 12 in 2 weeks. Matt Trout caught 2 of 3 touchdowns thrown by quarterback Brett Smick. Laurel improves to 7-1 as they beat Seaford 48-6. Kyle Wilson scored 4 touchdowns, and Javier White scored 2 touchdowns in the win for the Bulldogs. Delaware Military rolls over Newark 46-0. Newark's in the playoffs, though. Woodbridge beats Lake Forest 22-14. They stay undefeated at 8-0. St. George's 9-3 over Sussex Central. And Polytech beats Early College High School at Delaware State University 52-6. Still a young program there at Early College. One boys soccer match from yesterday was William Penn 7 and Mount Pleasant nothing. No stats reported, or none that I can find. In volleyball, last regular season match is today for high school teams. One match where I had some statistics to mention was at Appoquinimink High School yesterday. The Jaguars beat Conrad 3-1. Lillian Madeira had 10 kills and Alexia Fitzgerald had 12. The Jags finished the regular season with 3 straight wins and end up 9-6. Conrad's 6-9, and don't know if they're going to make the playoffs. 24 teams make the playoffs. There's a play-in round on the 4th. That's next Thursday. Saturday will be the next round, or the second round. 8 teams have a bye into the second round. And other schools, Delaware Military closes out the regular season strong with a nice win over Middletown. 3-1. Wilmington Friends School, number 2 ranked team by us and others. 3-0 winners over Sanford. Christiana beats Odyssey Charter 3-0. They should make the playoffs, the Vikings. And McCain with a 3-0 win over Glasgow. The Diamond State Athletic Conference Championships were held on the 26th, and for the boys, the individual winner from Delaware Military Academy was Quinn Odell with a time of 16:47. He was followed by Jack Mancuso of the Charter School of Wilmington, and in third place, also from Delaware Military Academy, Ethan Walter with a time of 17:23. So let's see who the team champions are for the boys. It was the Conrad Schools of Science, with finishers in the 5th, 6th, and 9th place, with a team total of 45 points. And if you are not aware of how this works in cross country, you get 1 point for first place finish, 2 for second, 3 for third, etc. So these finishers that you see here, these were the places that they actually finished. Their 7 runners. So in varsity, they send out their 7 fastest runners. Everybody else can participate in the JV match. Then you add up their place finishes for a point total. Lowest point total wins Conrad over Delaware Military Academy and Newark Charter. For the girls, Mallory Holloway from Conrad Schools of Sciences, the overall winner with a time of 19:53, followed by Maddie Priest of Archmere Academy and Alyssa Napier from the Conrad School of Sciences. She was in third, and it looks like a bunch of Conrad kids there in the top 10. How'd the teams do? The Red Wolves beat Charter and Archmere Academy in that order. That's a big win for the Red Wolves and their cross-country team. Charter and Archmere have been powerful forces, no pun intended, because it is a Wilmington Charter School force, for the last 10 years or so. Blue Hen Conference Championships were yesterday, and the boys winner, Jonathan Drew from Middletown High School with a time of 16:14, followed by Alejandro Lobo from Newark High School and Jonas Rush, also from Middletown High School. Let's see how the teams did. It was Middletown finishing first with 26 points. 5 finishers in the top 10 for the Cavaliers, and their district rival, the Appoquinimink Jaguars, second with 82. Way behind there, and Concord third with 96, just edging out Newark, who had 97. So all these finishes here become very, very important for team standings. So it might be 25th, 26th, and 27th, but had the 27th person not passed the 28th person and finished in 29th, Concord's 4th instead of 3rd. So it's a pretty cool way to determine who is a team champion and makes everybody's performance important. For the girls, Blue Hen Conference champion is from Middletown High School. Also, it's Isabel Walsh with a time of 19:01. 27 seconds later, Megan Parks from Concord High School came in second, and Courtney Candy from Appoquinimink finished third with a time of 20:05. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 Middletown finishers there in the top 10. 2 from Concord, 2 from Brandywine, 2 from Appoquinimink. Who were the team champions? Middletown with a score of 33. They were first, followed by Appoquinimink and then Concord High School. So the Newcastle County Championships are today, I believe. That's fun. I liked doing the cross-country championships when I was doing my television show, when I was doing highlight shows, especially the state championships. That was always fun. I like setting up multiple cameras. Of course, it's cool at the start and at the finish. At the start, you have a couple hundred people running, everybody jostling for position, coming around the first bend, everybody crunched in together. That was always cool. And then, of course, at the finish line, you're waiting for the champion and you're waiting to see who makes that sudden surge at the end to maybe come in third place, dive across the finish line into second, or even that 27th place finisher beating the 28th place finisher at the last minute and gives their team perhaps the team championship. All that was cool. But I also like setting up cameras in the middle of the course. And one of the greatest courses to do that around here in Delaware is White Clay Creek State Park. In the middle of that course, there's a big hill. And while the shot's okay from the top of the hill, since it's 2 dimensions, you don't really get the full impact of how challenging that hill is in the middle of a 5K race. So you used to set up in the middle of the hill so you could catch the kids coming up, facing you, and then running up. And I'll tell you what, running is most sports' punishment. This is their sport. I'm not really sure which sport is tougher, cross country or wrestling. In wrestling, you have somebody trying to choke you out. But here, you have to run 3.1 miles, basically as fast as you can. And that's for, you saw the times, 15, 16, 17, maybe 20 minutes or so. Wrestling, 3 periods, 2 minutes each, maybe an overtime period, 6 or 7, but somebody's trying to choke you out. Both very, very tough sports. I have great admiration for cross-country runners and also for wrestlers. So where do I hang out on Fridays after I work out? I like to hang out Dutch Country Farmers Market in Middletown. Now, look, they don't pay me to do this. I hope they appreciate it. If they see it, they don't want to yell at me or anything like that, because I have nothing but nice things to say about these people here. Because this is where I go, man. After I work out, I go here. Stolzfus Barbecue. This is where I get wings. They have all sorts of cooked food, prepared foods there. Oh, yeah. Slice of heaven. So if you happen to be in Middletown along Broad Street, it's the actual Middletown Square Shopping Mall. What's the address there? Yeah, North Broad Street. You wander around a parking lot on a Friday between somewhere probably around 11 and 1 o'clock, except for this coming Friday because I'll be away. You might find me sitting in the car eating wings, listening to music. And the music that I listen to is music from my wedding, I got married a couple months ago to my beautiful bride, Dawn. I sit there and listen to the music I pieced together for the wedding. And I'm in a state of wedded bliss and in a food coma all at the same time. I might not see you staring at me looking in the window as I sit in there in wedded bliss and in my food coma, but that is where I will likely be. And also, on Saturdays, today is where we got to go. Talked her into going. Miller's Country Kitchen. This is it. You see the picture. You would normally likely walk by this place, but I suggest that you don't. And I suggest that when you go there, You get a barbecue beef bacon cheddar melt. It's on Texas toast, the thick cut bread. Let me tell you something. Even if you don't like beef, bacon, barbecue sauce, cheddar cheese, and Texas toast, get this anyway, because you're going to love it all together. Oh, it's great. And also there, when I go on Fridays, well, sometimes I go to the candy store. Great candy there. Just fantastic. Just all sorts of great candy. It's displayed beautifully. Tastes great. It's fantastic. And then, of course, when you walk in there, the bakery. Look at these donuts. They don't have a picture I can blow up here, but if you can see the cursor. Oh, look at these donuts. It's fantastic. Look at some of the flavors that they have there. Chocolate mousse and Boston cream, s'mores. That's where I'm getting my holiday pies, too. I'm getting a blueberry pie and a Boston cream pie. Oh, it's fantastic. I would tell you that this place here makes me want to become Amish. Like I'm actually riding the fence. I'm like 50-50. The 50-50 shot. I remain living as an English person does, or living as an Amish person does. Because I would love to eat like this all day long. I would gain so much weight. However, the Amish work very, very hard. So here's the decision. Plow fields all day, eat like this, or like do sports shows, try to sell real estate. I hate that. Good at it, I just don't like it. Or do my comedy hypnosis shows. I like doing my comedy hypnosis shows. The show is not brought to you by Middletown Dutch Country Farmers Market. It is brought to you by me, stage hypnotist Marshal Manlove. Want a good time? Book a show. Just go to marshalmanlove.com, check out the videos. You will laugh. And you can have your friends have a show like this too, and you will laugh with them and sometimes at them as well. But that's a lot of fun. And this show could also be brought to you by you and your company. It won't even cost you anything. Sort of. I will promote your business if you send me some sports information. I would prefer sports information that has a picture and relevant information, like a name and the accomplishment. Your business could do this. Could nominate an athlete of the week from a school, team, somebody who has impressed you. I will promote your business. Send me the picture. Send me the information. Write to me at mysportsreports@gmail.com. I'll tell you what I need in order for me to be able to promote your business. Could just be a website like this. Happy to do it. Right? Especially if you make donuts like this. Happily, not only will I happily promote it, but I will happily visit you. So you can do that. And we can all promote the athletic endeavors of young people and even older people, because older people compete too. There's a Senior Olympics during the summer. Happy to talk about that. Doesn't matter. So I am looking for some help. If you would like to pitch in, perhaps do some research for me, perhaps take my spot here, and I will feed information to the teleprompter, or you can just, if I ever get to work, and you can just read the screen and have fun together. All right. So that, again, is Carly Venables, Athlete of the Week from Laurel High School. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I am Marshal Manlove, and now I am gone. Now I'm testing to see if you have attention deficit disorder or not. If you're still watching, perhaps I'm about to tell you where the hidden treasure is. Not today. But at a future time, I may tell you where the hidden treasure is. In order to find the hidden treasure, the clues to it, you'll have to watch the entire video. It's still not going to be today.